Yo!
What is going on?
We back for another week.
2 weeks in a row,
That's 2 weeks in a row.
as we promised.
We promised all of February, the rest of it.
The rest of February.
It's been fulfilled.
It is. We've done it.
I feel like I can relax
Quinn?
now. I can finally sleep.
We did it.
Yes, we did it. And we also have a ginormous announcement.
Huge.
Just the biggest.
Just, frankly, my Trump impersonation is
Sorry.
honestly just so bad. I'm not even
fine.
going to try it. The Instagram is live.
Let's go.
At Worship Production Podcast.
Yes, your thumbs are going to hurt from the amount of typing.
It's a little long, but that's
You
what it is.
can't miss it.
You can't miss
You
it. No,
can't miss
you
it.
really can't. So it is live. Any questions, thoughts,
Yes.
literally anything, DM us. Let us know what you think. We'd love to hear your guys' thoughts.
And keep your eyes out for posts. What's coming up?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe at some point we'll get into like some who knows what.
I don't know.
I don't know, like
Post what we're doing. Maybe some like, hey, drop a little hint here. Maybe some videos of the podcast. Ooh,
yeah,
I don't know.
some
I don't
good
know.
content. Man,
We're going to bring it your way. You guys are going to be shocked.
yeah, just be ready. Just be ready. It's coming. It's coming.
It is coming.
So,
But yeah, we are going to make this episode pretty short and sweet.
we call it Chillcast.
Oh, yeah. Chillcast.
Chillcast.
It is late at night. Quinn, you're about to, where are you about to go?
Yeah.
In literally an hour.
In an hour, 11 p.m., I'm going to be flying to El Salvador.
Oh, snap.
Yes. So Refresh LED has been so generous. They donated a 4x6
Uh-huh.
outdoor screen to the tent church that King's Castle owns.
Oh, wow.
Ikrad Church, which is
Yeah.
something for Spanish. And they donated this screen so that their ministry can just be grown and made better. So I'm going to be doing that later this evening, flying there, starting top of the morning and building that screen.
Nice.
It's really, really exciting. It's going to be awesome. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah.
But first we wanted to talk about what are we doing in this Chillcast, you know?
Yeah.
What have you done this week at work, Tanner?
So we just want to take a little bit of time and just kind of tell you guys what we've done in, I lost the word, in our job,
Yeah.
occupation.
in our
What
occupation. Wow.
what we've done in our occupation this
formal.
week. I know. So yeah, I'll give you a little rundown on this week, guys. So basically, at the beginning of the week, we were up in Kalahari Resort doing a big conference. It was a teachers conference, actually.
No way.
So a bunch of like teachers from Pennsylvania
Yeah.
came and they like got to learn how to be teachers or something. I actually
Huh.
don't know. It's always fun going to these conferences. Like,
Yeah.
so we do the aviation conference in Pennsylvania every year,
Oh wow.
which is super cool because it's like, you know, it's not PennDOT, but like they're PennDOT, but for the air.
Right.
So
It's PennDOT in the sky.
exactly. And then all these different like airport owners come together and they have this conference and talk about planes.
What the
And
heck?
it's so cool because like I don't know anything of what they're talking about,
Yeah.
but they're so smart and you can tell that they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of cool to watch these conferences happen. Like somebody will ask a question and you'll be like, oh, no way anybody knows the answer to that.
Yeah.
And then like they all know the answer.
I guess you could say it's over your head. Like a plane. Oh.
That was a dad joke, Quinn.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's
Okay.
all right. I love it.
All right.
But no, the conferences are super fun.
Oh.
It's always fun to meet people. And the aviation one's cool because they have all these little toy airplanes that they give out for free
Oh,
at
really?
lunch.
Did you get one?
Oh, yeah. Every year.
Let's go.
And then this past year, they released, so when a plane lands, you know how like
Uh-huh.
they like get that little like cart thing? They hook it up to the front wheel.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
they pull it into, you know, its
Always so
landing zone thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So they unveiled a new robot
Oh.
that does that.
cool. No way.
So we all got to go on the tarmac of this airport that they shut down for the weekend so we could be there. And it was this flat robot that was like 10 feet wide. It was like a giant 10-foot square,
Wow.
huge. And it basically finds the plane, like accepts the wheel. Like it opens up,
accepts
accepts the wheel inside of it, and then brings the wheel up a little bit off the ground and then like drives itself. And it's all robotically controlled.
Wow.
So they do it from the tower and stuff. It it was super cool. But it's just experiences like that like you would never get because I don't know a thing about airplanes.
Yeah.
So it's
Wow.
just cool. But we were up there in Kalahari Resort, and we had the super unique opportunity of running sound and lights for Coy Bowles, who is the guitarist for Zach Brown Band.
No way.
I don't know if any of you guys are Zach Brown fans. I am a huge Zach Brown fan. Coy, if you're listening, I love you,
Shout
but
out.
I really wish you had played Chicken Fried.
Opportunity lost.
I know. I wanted to ask, but then I kind of felt bad because he wasn't there for that. So basically, he also writes children's books, and he has a heart for like teachers, and like he thinks they're like the heroes, which honestly they are. Like they do such a good job of educating our youth, and we need them. But he like really advocates for that. So he got up there and played some kids songs and stuff, and then he was a motivational speaker as well. So we didn't actually do any Zach Brown, which was a bummer, but I got to talk to him for a little bit about like how he got started with Zach and like where they met in the Atlanta scene, and then his whole ride up, and it was super cool. He's a super cool guy. So
what a great opportunity.
It was so much fun, and that's why I love this world of production is because the people you get to meet, the things you get to do and see, like it's just so cool. It's so much fun.
That's amazing.
It's just a blast.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, and then the rest of my week has been dominated by programming lighting for a musical at a local high school.
Cinderella.
They're doing Cinderella.
Wow.
So that's been fun. It's the first time that I've had the opportunity to like program a show like this all by myself.
Oh, really?
So yeah.
And you said it went well?
It went great today. Today was the first dress rehearsal. And there was a couple little lighting notes, but most of the lighting notes I had already had in my head that I wanted to get to. So
amazing.
Yeah, it was a really good week.
That's
but
really cool.
I'm wiped out. These musical seasons this spring. I mean, it's just loaded in everywhere. I think we're doing like 4 or 5 musicals this year, which doesn't sound like a lot, but a lot of work goes into all the programming and setting up lighting rigs for every single one of them and audio and stuff. So it's crazy, but it's been a fun week. It's been a long week. I'm tired. Yeah. But Quinn, what have you done this week?
Yeah, I wish that I was interacting with airplane Roombas and
that's literally that is the perfect explanation of what it was. I'll show you a picture after this.
No way, man.
We could post a video because I have a video of it. We'll post it on the Instagram so you guys can see what I'm talking about.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I'm going to look up on YouTube how I can become a wheel so I can be accepted. I can finally be accepted. That would be amazing.
Sorry you feel that way, Quinn.
No, I'm just kidding. Just for the joke. But yeah, I had a pretty easy week at work. It was nice. It was not as active as much as it was prep season. We're kind of in a lull right now with.
Yeah, I understand that.
It's that season of just not a lot of workflow, but getting ready for the storm. We see deals going through a couple months down the line. So in prep for that, we have we set up the new shipment that we get our panels in shipments on like a crate that comes over the sea, and when it gets to us, we take it out and we set it up and do a little bit of QCing, just quality control, just make sure that the product works and that we're not giving clients
absolutely
bad stuff. But with this batch specifically, we wanted to make sure because we had a couple of like soldering points that are a little questionable, and so they had us set up 9 panels at 100% brightness, and then another 9 at 30% brightness, and we ran it on it's called aging mode, which it just runs through a cycle of test patterns. I think it's like 5 or 6 test patterns, and it just runs through that cycle on repeat, and it just basically ages the panel and see how does it react. Do pixels go out? Does the hub card go bad? Just like what happens to the panel when you run it for a week straight at full brightness.
And it's like 24 hours a day.
Yeah, I mean,
like they just
the
go
whole week. Yep, it just runs.
Holy smokes!
So it's just plugged in and running all week, and some interesting results. I mean, there wasn't anything super special, but there was couple pixels out, and then on the 30% brightness one, we had one that was like dimmer. It dimmed down a little bit more than the rest of the panels did. So they're called 2.6 panels. It's just the pixel pitch in the modules and stuff. And we immediately Well, yeah, we haven't sold any at all.
Yeah.
Because I think we're going to be sending those back.
Oh,
It's
so
it's a fluke
they
in
did
the
not
system.
pass the quality control.
It did
then.
not. Yeah.
Oh,
So these are the things that we catch before we send it to clients and
Yeah.
stuff, and it's a small step that goes a long way. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
for
Because
sure.
imagine giving 30 of those panels to a customer, and then you're
Right.
getting service calls all the time, and you're
Yeah.
like, what's going on with these things? Like,
Mhm.
so we're glad that we caught that, and we can send them back, get our money back, and get some good panels, get some good stuff.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that. But yeah, that's kind of what this week has been. And as I said before, I'm stepping in a plane this afternoon. Well, this evening,
Tonight,
Tonight,
like
yeah.
almost midnight.
late. The flight is actually at 3:30. I'm leaving.
Where are
at
you
11.
flying out of?
IAD Dulles.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
so-
Dulles is a nice airport.
Yeah, it's a really nice, big, spacious.
Yeah,
Some
it's
good-
international, I guess. So
yeah,
I
good
guess.
food options too.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that
I
Annie
w-
Ann's
I-
hits different.
dude, I get Annie Ann's every time I fly to Texas.
Really?
Yes,
Oh,
I love it, but like it's so messy.
I know.
Like especially when I'm working on I think I probably still have cinnamon sugar in my keyboard.
Yeah, you get the cinnamon nugs.
Oh, absolutely, I
Yeah.
get the cinnamon nugs.
Oh my gosh,
It's
they
the
go
only thing to
hard.
get there.
Yeah, I like the regular nugs too, though. You can't.
Really?
Yeah, they're okay.
Hmm.
They're okay.
But they're not better
the
than the
no, the
cinnamon.
cinnamon nugs go so hard.
They
yeah.
really do slap.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah. Cinnamon nugs. Oh, I'm gonna do it tonight. But yeah, so I'm flying out. 7:45. I'm gonna land at the church. I'll be there at 9 a.m.
Wow.
We're going straight. It's gonna be run through the night and then work. And we're setting up a 4x6 screen, outdoor panels, 2.9s.
Oh,
And
that's pretty tight.
it's pretty tight, yeah. And you can get we're sending because of the size of the screen, we're sending a VX4SN processor. Only has 4 ports, 2 for the main,
Mm-hmm.
and then 2 for full redundancy. And
Oh,
so,
that's cool.
Tanner, do you know what redundancy is?
I do.
Yeah. So for those who don't, it's basically you feed your data line into the one port of the screen, and it kind of runs through a chain of data connections
Mm-hmm.
all the way to the end of the screen. Well, at the end of that, you have a bunch of data jumpers. At the very last panel, you have a port that's just open because there's nothing to jump to. So with that open port, you can plug in another data main cable and feed the data backwards up the chain. So it basically gives up a backup plan that if a data port goes bad somewhere in the chain, well, it's not going to lose its picture because,
Oh, so basically what you're saying is you're running data in the first panel and the last panel,
right.
and then if any of the like links in that chain were to break, half of the panel is being fed from one direction, the other half's being fed from the other direction, but obviously they're both being fed the same information.
Right.
So the panel is receiving, the card inside is receiving the same signal.
Right.
And it's doing the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just switching its port immediately. Like it senses it and does it immediately.
That is so cool.
Which is like it's a game changer, and it's something that we implemented recently.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm super glad that we're doing it because it's taking just another step of security. Like you don't have to worry that half of your wall is going to go blank because you have no backup plan.
Mm-hmm.
This is now a backup plan that, what I mean? Like most of those panels work fine. It's just one data port that could throw off the whole chain.
Right.
So now, yeah, that's covered. It's a covered base.
That's so cool. Yeah, I've never heard of redundancy like that before. Like
Yeah.
that's really that's simple. Like
Yeah.
it's just one extra line.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do.
I mean,
Most times when you work with redundancy, or at least times that I've worked with redundancy, the most has been like a Dante network. Do you know what Dante is?
No, I don't.
So Dante is audio over cat, basically.
Oh, okay.
That's a poor way of explaining it. I don't work with I'm level 3 Dante certified, but I don't work with it often enough to like really remember everything all the time.
Okay.
But basically, it's an audio matrix over a network. So like and it's capable up to 128 channels.
Oh wow.
So like at CLA, when we record stuff in the studio, like when we record our Sunday morning services,
Mhm.
we take that entire console, our D-Live S7000, and
Right.
all of those audio signals or channels get sent to the studio with one Cat 6 cable.
Right. Wow.
Every single audio channel.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's
Like
insane.
I love Dante. I'm a big advocate, and they're actually coming out with video now too. So
Huh.
video endpoints and stuff. So you'll be able to do video and audio over one Dante network. Crazy things that they're doing.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
that's the like most of the time when I work with redundant and like lines
Mhm.
is in a Dante network, and you have to
Okay.
pull an entire like it's not just you plug it in at the end of the system and all the data state. You have to pull 2 lines everywhere you go.
Oh wow.
And then you have to have like 2 not 2 well, yeah, I guess in most cases you do 2 switches, and you double your system, but the
Right.
system would be smart enough to when something goes bad with the primary system, it switches over to the
Kicks
redundant
over.
system.
Like
But
a generator, basically.
exactly, but you need almost an entire another system.
Mm.
This, what you just explained, it uses the same system. It's
Right.
just like and obviously that's a little different because it's different data, but like
Right.
super cool, super
So-
intuitive too.
So amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the future, really.
Yeah. So when did you guys start doing that?
So we started doing that. I think like as routine
Mm-hmm.
for installs.
Oh, so you guys do that. You're not doing this just because it's in El Salvador. You do this.
Right. Yeah. It's
At
kind of
every
across the board now
Okay.
for our company. Like we just give them full redundancy.
Mhm.
The only exception is we leave it up to them. Like if they get a processor that can output only up to the amount that the screen they buy, pretty much. Like if
Oh, yeah.
they would have to buy another processor for
Right.
redundancy alone, like we leave that option in their hands,
Yeah.
essentially. You know. So if a church decides, yes, we want redundancy, and they're willing to make those steps, then yeah, it's standard across the board.
Yeah.
So I started in September this past year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a couple months before that. Like it was very fresh as I was stepping in.
Gotcha.
And they were
So you
learning
walked
as
into it.
as they were
Yeah.
training me. You know what I mean? So it
Nice.
was like kind of new for everyone. But really, really cool thing that Novastar has put out and given that accessibility for and I think it's been in their software a lot longer than people have known about it. So
I'm sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a cool new thing that we're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're going to be doing full redundancy on the screen in El Salvador, 2 sticks of truss, and we're going to do elevated off the ground about 1.5 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So just because it's outside, and so we want to get it off the ground. It's on a stage. The stage is just a pile of bricks.
Really?
I'm not kidding. Yeah, just like street pavers.
That's
like,
crazy. Yeah.
it's just like a huge mountain of those. So getting the screen level is so essential because
yeah.
every panel has like seams.
Mm-hmm.
And so if it's off level even a little bit, one seam that's like a 0.5 centimeter off on the first row is going to be 5 centimeters
I've
off.
experienced that
on the
so
last row.
many times
Yeah.
when we do rentals and
Oh
stuff,
my
and it's
gosh.
not perfectly level or we're
Right.
somewhere. It is a pain in the butt
Yes.
to connect those, like the last couple panels.
Yeah,
You're like
it's like
pulling and pushing. You've got like 5 guys on a panel trying to
Exactly.
push it into place and get it to latch in.
yeah,
Yep.
it's a lot. And so you want to make sure that your first row is like perfect, flawless.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's going to be a challenge for sure, but we have the level. We have sandbags that'll kind of help push it down a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going to be an interesting project. It's the first time I'm leading an
bet.
install.
Oh,
Like
congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
that's
so
awesome.
exciting. It's a step into a new thing for me. And I don't know. I get to be a lead on a project in a different country. Like it's
Yeah.
just a new thing.
It's
So
a
I'm-
unique
I'm-
opportunity for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really really cool.
So as a leader, you're leading this install team. What does your team of guys look like for an install like this?
Yeah, so this one's a very unique case. Normally we
Mhm.
send 2 installers. There's a lead and a backup.
Okay.
And then also usually the church that's purchasing a screen is typically going to help out as well, and that's up
Oh,
to
gotcha.
them. But
Yeah.
they usually want to because
So-
they're excited.
Right. And if they don't do you guys then just throw more labor at it, or do you still just send 2 people down?
Yeah, we're prepared to set up a screen with 2 people. That's really all
Wow.
we need with the system that we got it down
Yeah.
to.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really efficient. Sometimes we'll send 3 if it's like a really big project,
Yeah.
obviously,
Mhm.
or conferences, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But most times it's 2. But this one is just going to be me as a representative of Refresh because we donated the screen, so we're not going to
Sure.
we can't send 2 laborers, but
Especially not with flight and everything to
Yeah,
El
it's a
Salvador. Like
lot.
that would be a lot.
It's a
of
lot.
cost.
But we're happy to send one.
Yeah.
Josh is my boss. JD is really happy to send someone after you donated this screen. Just a big act of generosity, huge. You know what I mean?
Seriously.
But yeah, so it's gonna be me and then Pastor Christian Walker from CLA.
Oh, no way.
He's gonna be helping with the install. He's kind of my backup man, and 'cause
Nice.
he has
That'll
a
be fun.
real he has a yeah. It's gonna be interesting.
Trips with PK are just
Next,
they're
level.
great.
Yeah, they're great. They're great. He's a really
you never
funny
know what
guy.
you're gonna get
Yeah.
yourself into.
Oh my gosh. One second you're setting up a wall, the next second you're chasing a flock of seagulls.
Yeah, literally. And that's probably what you will be doing.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about it. It's gonna be good. And just an interesting opportunity all around.
Yeah.
Pastor Christian has a really good background in AV, and
Yeah.
he's got a really good knowledge of ProPresenter.
Yeah.
So
So are you guys setting up Pro Presenter for them as well? Or I guess let me preface that question with what does their rig look like now?
yeah, so I know that CLA just donated HD cameras to them. I
Nice.
can't tell you which ones. I
Sure.
don't know. However, yeah, they're making strides to kind of grow this thing and make it a good production. I mean,
Yeah.
like they're getting good quality stuff, and this donated screen is gonna just take it to the next level. But yeah, I don't really know any of their gear soundboard wise. Yeah, I don't.
What's their video rig look like now? Do they have projectors or anything, or is there no video?
Oh yeah, this is new.
Gotcha.
They
So
never
you
had
are
TVs.
building
They never had projectors.
Yeah,
Nothing.
a
So
video
this
rig from
is
scratch.
this is. I've been going to El Salvador. This is my 7th time since 2016,
Wow.
and I'm excited to be back. But I'm really excited that we're setting up a screen
Yeah.
because this has been a thought of mine before I was ever in the AV world. Before it was ever
Really?
like this is just a lay person to
Yeah.
the AV world thinking it would be so much nicer if there were words on a screen to know what they were saying during the worship. You know what I mean?
Oh, true.
Like just notes on the screen, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're preaching in Spanish, right? So as an American, like an English speaker sitting in the service listening, you're just completely lost. You know what I mean?
I know.
For an hour and a half, you're just sitting there like, I have no idea what's going on.
Yep.
So this screen is going to be great for those that are visiting on teams for missions. For the people going to the church that are coming first time, never heard a worship song in their life.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now they know what they're singing.
Yeah.
They know they can be more a part of the service. And
Mhm.
and that's the heart of like production in worship, I think. It's
Yeah.
just like I like what you said last week is just ushering
Yep.
and just
Yeah.
allowing the Spirit to move through small details. And
Mhm.
this screen is a small detail
It
that
is.
adds so much.
So much. Yeah.
So
No, that's so cool. So you guys are, I'm guessing they are buying a Pro Presenter computer or doing that because if they don't have anything, so are you setting up Pro Presenter for them, or is that more of what PK's gonna do? Or
yeah, so my background with ProPresenter is slim to none, honestly. We have guys in our office that are really they're really proficient. I'm not in that world. So
Yeah.
I would like to be. I would like to learn more, but Pastor Christian's going to kind of take the lead on that. He's going to do some training with them and teach them. And I'm going to listen in and tag on that so I can get some stuff. But I'm more the Novastar guy, setting up the screen, setting up the processor, teaching them, okay, this is picture in picture. This is what source you're doing. If you want to change your source, you can do this. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. I'll teach them that. Let Pastor Christian teach the ProPresenter and just let it run its course.
Yeah. No,
So-
that sounds like a really solid team with definite strength. And
Yeah.
you guys will knock it out. Well, no, that's awesome. Make sure to take pictures and videos. We'd love to see,
yeah.
post some stuff for you guys, just how it goes, and
Yeah.
we'll definitely do a small little recap next episode,
100%.
hopefully. When
Yeah,
it
we'll
gets
get
back
up on the Instagram and
oh yeah,
show off the screen. Sheesh.
come on. But as promised, we're gonna keep this episode short and sweet so we can allow Quinn to drive all the way to DC.
Let's go.
I guess it's in Virginia, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dulles. Yeah.
Not far.
So not too much farther than DC.
Yeah.
But we'll let Quinn get out of here. But guys, like we said before, the Instagram is live.
It's up. Send
I'll say
your
it again.
questions.
At Worship Production Podcast.
Everybody at
Worship Production Podcast. You know it.
Good.
But no.
Dora.
They like pause.
Yeah.
All right, guys, what is it?
Good.
That's awesome. You guys know it. Man, that's great. But no, seriously, DM us your questions. We want to hear from you. We've heard from a couple of you already. We're super pumped.
Yeah. Shout out Belgium.
Shout out Belgium. Guys, okay, whoever the listener is from Belgium, please
Give a follow on Instagram.
give
and
a
send
follow
a
and DM
message.
us. We want to talk to you.
You're our loyal
Yes.
troop. So
Yes. It's been fun. So
yes, we love you guys. We'll talk to you next week.
yeah.
I mean, nothing else. Short and
No,
sweet.
that's it.
Chillcast.
Chillcast.